Welcome to my shop. I'm Andreas. If you want to watch inspiring videos, if you want to get better at your woodworking by learning along with me, and if you want to get out in the shop and make something, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. I've been planning to build a router table for many months, and my first idea was to build a proper assembly table here in the middle of the shop and make that a combination with a router table. But I keep putting that off because other projects have been more important or more urgent, and still I have been missing a router table in many projects in between. So I decided, instead of waiting for the perfect router table, which this might become, just to go for a much quicker solution and build a router table insert for my Bosch GTS 10 XC. Still, my shop time is very limited at the moment, so while I was planning this, a couple of other people have come out with their own build videos on this build, which was good on the one hand because I could watch the videos and learn how they made it, so I could take inspiration from that. But on the other hand, obviously, well, there are now a couple more videos on this, so mine is just the fourth or the fifth in the last couple of months that comes out. So I would recommend to you that you watch the videos of AOK, Rainer and Andy, who I have watched to learn a little more about this setup. I'll link to their videos in the description. But of course, watch this video till the end. Don't watch before you watch mine. Just joking. I also have a set of all the necessary tools in the description. If you want to build this setup, you can find all the necessary machinery and tools and everything in there, except for the piece of plywood, but I'm sure you'll manage without a link. There were again a couple of things that I learned during this build that I'd like to share with you. When I watched AOK's video, he recommended steel bars with the measurements of 15 by 2 millimeters. And I looked at it and I thought, well, maybe 2 millimeters is a bit thin. So I measured here at the fence and it seemed that 3 millimeters might fit as well. So I ordered steel bars in 16 millimeters by 3 millimeters because I thought they were more stable. Well, they are more stable, but it turns out that if you use 3 millimeters of thickness, the fence of the table saw will slide past it. But if you have slight inaccuracies, which I always have, then the steel bar just sticks out a little too much, and then the fence will hook up to it and not slide as easily as you would want it to be. So I had to file down the steel bars in some places a little bit, because through the screwing of the steel bars to the plate here, they bent ever so slightly, and that was enough to make the fence of the table saw stick and not slide easily past the metal bars. So I'd recommend use steel bars of 2 millimeter thickness, so you have that extra millimeter of wiggle room for inaccuracies like these. Another thing is that obviously you want that insert plate fit very snugly into the cutout that you make for it. And for that you need a corner radius of about 35 millimeters. And I drilled them and all was fine. And then I used a router, or the router that I put into the router table, and a fence system with a ball bearing to run it against to cut out the rest. And what I didn't think of at the beginning, and when I did it first, was that I cannot push the router all the way into the corner, because that way I would ruin my 35 millimeter radius. I did that the first time, and then I realized that the corners wouldn't fit perfectly anymore. So I rushed and got another piece of plywood to make a new one. And this time it worked better. Still, I have one corner where I slipped a little too far and have a not so perfect corner, but well, then I thought, well, you can imagine what I thought. It's not something that you put in a YouTube video because you don't want YouTube to tell you you're not advertiser friendly, but I just went with it, and now I have that little reminder that you should always work carefully and not be hasty even in one of the four corners. I also cut my plywood a little too short. First I thought I had measured wrongly, but I hadn't. I just had measured from edge to edge of the tabletop. But because those steel bars don't actually snug up to the edge of the tabletop, but they stand on a little roundover that's at the bottom of that edge, they are pushed out a little bit more, so your plywood has to be a little longer, 1 or 2 millimeters, than the top edge of the tabletop. So make sure you keep it long enough, and then maybe try it out and only slightly make it shorter until it's really a snug fit, because mine was too short and there was no way I was going to get out and get a third one. So I just, well, put a shim in there, which doesn't look that nice anymore, but now it works. At this point, I'd like to say thank you to Kreg and Triton, who provided me with the tools and the machine for this router table free of charge. Thanks a lot to them. It's been great to work with them to make this router table possible. So the next steps obviously would be a proper fence for the router with dust collection and with... Now, I'm really pleased to have that router table now, because I have plenty of ideas of how to use it. The next steps would be to build a proper fence with dust collection, and which can be applied to the tabletop fence. And I'm going to see how dust collection then works out. If you want to have an idea of what such a fence could look like, I also linked to AOK's video in the description. He already built one, and that's an excellent version of it. So I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, I'd appreciate if you give me a thumbs up, or if you leave a comment or share the video with your friends. And as always, I'd appreciate if I see you on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.